It's one of those days out here. Jackie's working on her bike, putting a new tail bag on, and I'm going to talk to you guys about how I did the lights. Alright, it's kind of bright under here, but I hope you can see it. This is the light switch, L-I-T-E-S-W-I-C-H, light switch 2.0. And what it's supposed to do is you plug it in, and it's supposed to tap into the battery power that comes from your RV plug, your 7 pin connector plug. But what I discovered is that Brinkley, their plug isn't powered. I don't know, I tried, there's no power inside this box, there's no power anywhere. So I was bummed. I thought, man, this thing isn't gonna work. And I see some other RVs in our park that have their driving lights on at night. And I thought, man, that's really cool. But like most things with wiring, Jackie's over there wiring her bike. Most things with wiring, you're not gonna tell me no. I'm gonna figure it out. I love to wire. I'm a nerd. So I'll show you what I did. So what I figured out on the wiring is I had to provide my own 12-volt power supply to that little plug because the Brinkley plug is not, it's not powered. So I'll show you where I tapped in and where I found the power and how I got it over to the plug. So if you know about wiring at all, if you know about 12 volt, you know that there's always 12 volt at a switch. So that switch is powered at all times. It uses the power when you turn the switch on. So one of those poles on the back is going to be power and one of them is going to be load, which goes to the light. So I did some testing, I found which one it was, I tapped in. I'm not going to pull this all back apart, but I tapped into that wire, which is constant 12 volt, and I put this little plug on there so I can disconnect it. And then, because I want to be uber safe, I did an inline fuse, and then I ran this blue wire here. So I'll show you what that looks like when it's closed up. But I have a 15 amp fuse in here, and then I know that from looking at the 12 volt panel, the under the basement lights and everything, all that is already fused at the 12 volt panel. So I kind of put a fuse into my getup so it doesn't affect it. And the load draw was not very much at all. I did it with the light on and with the light off, and this really isn't a light that you use all the time anyway, under this main storage compartment in the front. So here it is closed. I ran this wire through these little clips, and you can just pop that wire out of that clip. So if we're somewhere and I want to power up the lights, I just ran it across. That's my 12 volt supply, which comes over to the plug, and all it does is go to the 12 volt side of that little micro switch. The accessory that I bought is still drawing its ground from the trailer, so that's good. And then all you do is turn your switch on, see it light up, and then your exterior lights are on. Those little bad boys right there. So I get that this is, you know, it's not the best, but I really like having those lights on. It looked so cool last night if you saw my picture. If not, I'll post it right here. The tail lights light up, they're all LEDs. It looks really cool from behind. So these little clips, they're just command clips. They're stuck up there, and whenever I'm ready to go, I just turn that off, unplug it from the trailer, unsnap those 4 or 5 little clips, or pull the wire out of it, tuck it inside the compartment, and we're on the road. Too easy. One thing I forgot to discuss when I was doing this earlier is that this was sealed with plastic and silicone. And so what I did is I popped that out, was able to unplug the plug, determine that the black lead is what requires the power source, and then I soldered this blue wire to the black lead, ran it through obviously, and then I re-siliconed and put that plug back in there where they had it. So you're gonna have to dig that out and then pop the switch out and find that black lead if you're so inclined to attempt this modification. But I'm gonna leave it on and I'll take some pictures later of what it looks like. Yeah, it kind of overpowers the phone, but you can see the way the lights look. Got your side clearance lights. Pretty cool. rear end of this boat really looks cool.